So I just pulled here to record this video. I stopped. I don't know if you can hear that clicking. Not like the metal retracting, but it's like a clock ticking. Strange. 20-year-old Skodas, what do you expect? So what's it like to own a 20-year-old Skoda that's basically an Audi TT with a sewing body on it? Some people call it hatchback. Actually, if you watch my previous videos, you know I bought this as someone's unfinished project, so I think that wasn't the wisest idea you could have. And the car came with loads of issues, and this is a list of issues that I had after I bought it. One of the first things I noticed, I serviced it obviously, and I pulled the spark plugs out, and cam cover, a gasket obviously went because the spark plug cover hose was full of oil. So I serviced it, it ran fine, and then random misfires started happening. And I had a code for cam sensor, so cam sensor is virtually right there underneath this plastic bit, so I replaced that. I think that was just like £10 for a new sensor, which is not too bad. It was dead easy to replace as well. Throttle body gasket went, can you see that brown there? And the brand new gasket, I think it was something stupid like £22 for paper gasket. So what I ended up doing is I bought a gasket paper, traced it, cut it out, jobs are good, and the entire paper cost me £2, so, and I can make loads of them. So we ran fine for about a month, and then started having more issues with random misfires. So I said, oh yeah, it could be the coil packs, because it seemed like you had the original coil packs. So I replaced them with some fake Audi R8 packs, which wasn't a smart idea, but there we are. And I'm still running them, which is so far so good. I still have misfire issues, but I'll get to that later. Bear in mind, I wasn't able to drive this car for 2 years, so there's loads of issues that I couldn't figure out, or I didn't know there were, because I couldn't drive the car, couldn't test it out. So I had loads of rough spots. So there was a massive hole here that I poked a screwdriver through by accident. So I treated it, fixed it, filled it. I got the paint mixed for this. I've never polished it because I couldn't be bothered, because the paint on this car is absolutely shocking, as you can tell. So there was a bit of rust there, a bit of rust on the rear arch, and there was quite a big one along here. You can see it's not shiny at all, so all of this been repaired. I think I did a pretty good job for my first try. I'll get to why that wheel is different to the others a bit later. Next on the line was a pressure regulator, fuel pressure regulator, which is this piece. It regulates fuel pressure, obviously. Car would not go over 4,000 RPM. I had a look online, everyone was saying replace that, which I did. Works fine. A big repair was coilovers, the entire set. So I had the car came with a KW version 1s or version 2s, can't remember, and they were shot, like completely shot. The set rings were cracked. You could not adjust them at all. They completely leaked out, So I replaced them with Pro Sport set, which I kind of regret, but at the time I didn't have the funds to buy a better set. I might do a full video on why I do not recommend Pro Sport stuff. I'm obviously going to replace it in the near future because it's terrible in my opinion. You get what you pay for. So in the front I replaced all the bushes in the front suspension. I started off with front and rear anti-roll bar bushes, polyurethane ones, so some kind of upgrade. Also, I don't know if you can tell, lower control arm bushes and polyurethane as well. So I replaced all of them because the old ones were absolutely cracked up. I replaced the front jump links as well with some upgraded ones, and now I'm on adjustable ones because they kept hitting the drive shaft. So I got some short and adjustable drop links in the front. In the back I've got some upgraded Moog drop links. The car had loads of electrical issues, so I think I put a clip in, and when I touched the brakes the hazards would come on, and that took me a while to figure out where the short was. There's quite a lot of things wrong with it. There's still a few electrical issues. All window regulators have been replaced because early Volkswagen engineers decided to make the regulators out of chocolate, so replaced all of them. One of the back locks I've replaced, I can't remember which door it was. And the day of the MOT, when I managed to get the car booked in from MOT, when I managed to get the insurance and everything sorted, the rear caliper just exploded, absolutely exploded everywhere. I had no brakes at all, so replaced the caliper. I think that was just like £60 for a caliper, so that's not too bad. The back springs are Pro Sport blue ones, but as you can see the back is sitting lower than the front. This, I could talk about the suspension on this car for the entire video, so yeah, I'll probably do that in the future. I replaced the Pro Sport rear dampers with a JRW, I think they're called. Everyone recommended them, so that's what I went with. They made such a big difference on the back. The back was so bouncy on the Pro Sport suspension. In the front I replaced the top mounts as well. Now on my second set of top mounts, with some dodgy spacers, as you can see. So once I replaced the suspension, I still heard knocking in the front, so I found out it's the front drive shafts that completely had it. So I replaced the front drive shafts, which wasn't too bad of a job actually. It's quite easy once you know what you're doing. After I've been driving it for a while, trying to suss out a few things, let's say I've hit a pothole. Oh yeah, on the back I've got an adjustable lower, because the car's lowered, you need to have adjustable lower control arms. I don't know if you can see. Mine's are from Comp Brake, a local company that made them for me. I've been driving the car, and then I hit a pothole and the wheel decided to detach itself. Not completely, but I'll post pictures in. So what happened was, the part failed, obviously, from Comp Brake. They apologised, they sent me replacement ones. They were really nice about it. They explained what could have happened. I went to their office, gave them my old parts so they could have a look at them. I was driving home from work, I floored it. I heard a loud pop and then nothing. The car kept dying. It would not idle at all. You could floor it, nothing would work at all. So what happened, I had to get towed home. So what happened was the boost pipe that's underneath the headlight behind the bumper popped off. Not a big deal. So I put a new one on, new Jubilee clamps. Everything was good. A day later, car wouldn't start. Like, what's happening again? The battery completely died. Then I noticed that this black cable was getting super hot, and on the inside you could see a smoke. I put pictures in what it looked like. It was like smoked. So I had to Google around, and then everyone said, oh yeah, the alternator's on its way out, or the grounding wire's out. So I traced all the grounding wires, cleaned them up, put it back together. It works fine. But I noticed there was a seepage. You could smell fuel. So I ordered some new O-rings for the injectors, which solved it. But I also wanted to replace the injector cups, but I can't find them anywhere. So if you know where to get injector cups, let me know. The heat blanket from the turbo decided to disappear on the M6 somewhere, so I just wrapped the intercooler pipe in some heat resistant wrap. Another issue that I'm having now is steering rack is leaking. Replacing the steering rack is not an easy job, especially on the 4x4 versions. So I just put some stop leak into it. Hate me all you want. If I'm going to replace the steering rack, I'm going to try and find the S3 one, which is a bit quicker. Don't mind this shoddy wiring. I'm just testing these lights out. They'll be coming out soon. Guys, I didn't explain why I don't have the tyre fixed. I had a puncture on the back, so I went to get it fixed, and the guy at the tyre place was like, this tyre is so crap, I can't actually fix it. So to get a new tyre, I'm going to be running this different rim on the back. You know what they say, buy cheap, buy twice. Lesson learned, I'm not buying cheap tyres or suspension again. Other than that, everything sort of works. Like, it's a 20-year-old performance car, like what do you expect? It's fun to drive when it works. Handles quite well. And no one expects you to get off the line quick. Thanks to the 4-wheel drive system, you just pick up speed quite quickly without any wheel spin. I love it. Alright, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below.